Was good with it? It's the homie Mac. Reporting live and direct from the Dogon. Today we're going to be talking about narcissism. Da 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 da. Narcissism seems to be very rife in our society, especially in context of social media. Um, but before I go there, like, share, comment, subscribe. I don't care if you don't like what I'm about to say. Click the dislike button. Share it with somebody. Share it with your mama. This is actually quite educational what I'm about to get into. But the word narcissist is someone who has this, I guess, ontologically speaking, which is like the science of like being, existence, metaphysics. Ontologically speaking, a narcissist is someone who has like this inflated sense of self, grandiose sense of self, ego. They function strictly off ego and how things will impact them. Very self-serving, very very selfish. Um, there's also it's also considered by and large a personality disorder. There's a whole psychology and the different forms of narcissism. There's so many different incarnations of narcissism itself. It's quite interesting the deeper I dig into it. But anyway, narcissist. The word narcissist comes from the name Narcissus. It comes from the Narcissus was a character in Greek mythology. He actually was a hunter. He was the son. He was the son of the river god Cephas. I guess he was real pleasing to the eyes. The ladies liked him. Everybody wanted to get with Narcissus. And I think because of this, Narcissus had like this hyper inflated sense of self. Anytime anybody tried to show him love, he kind of just brushed them off and like, I'm too fine for y'all, basically, to the ladies. But anyway, he was walking through the forest one time, and there was this nymph. This nymph called what was her name? Called Echo, Echo. This nymph called Echo, and she pushed up on him like, I want to be with you. You so fine, narcissist. Narcissist was like, nah, shawty. Brushed her off, and Echo was so hurt by being disregarded so casually by narcissists that she just actually withered away in the forest, like just basically just didn't leave the forest and withered away and died. And there is a Greek god, a goddess named what's the goddess's name? The goddess's name was Nemesis. Nemesis was actually the goddess of retribution. She found out about how Echo ended up withering away was because of essentially her being rejected by narcissists. So she's like, okay, we about to, I'm about to make him pay for that. So basically, the goddess Nemesis is floating through the forest, finds Narcissus, and leads him to like a pond. And Narcissus sees his reflection, and he just becomes so enamored by himself. Like, I'm so beautiful, yada yada yada. And before you know it, he got into like a trance. He was so caught up in self, he got into a trance, and he fell into the water and drowned. Ain't that something? What a way to go out. But anyway, let's get to the topic at hand, which correlation, which is the correlation between narcissism and social media. They said, by and large, women are more likely to use social media. I think they said 43% of women will use social media, whereas 31% of men will use social media. They said that I want to say from the research I did, it was I think it was called Psychology Today. This is where this information is coming from, the data. They did most of the quantifying with the research. They did most of the quantifying. So the things I'm talking about is I got it from them, and they seem to be a credible source. But they said that there are different incarnations of narcissism that are displayed via different social media platforms. Like they say, like people who are on Facebook, the narcissism that they display is more exhibitionist, more look at what I got. Look at my body, look at my house, look at my car, look at my face. I'm so pretty. There's a direct correlation between selfies and narcissistic personality disorder. It's like you are the same you. Why are you taking 1,000 pictures for us to see? 1,000 selfies. That can be very telling. I'm all for having a healthy self-esteem, but I can't encourage someone to be so self-absorbed to the point where everything is just self-promotion of them. Someone who's a narcissist, they will always they will gaslight you, and on top of that, they will make everything somehow in a circumvented way become about them. It all roads leads back to the narcissist. People that are narcissists are usually they, again, they're gaslighters. They're very passively aggressive in their intimidation style. It's not always blatant. Again, it's kind of in a subtle way. But yeah, they're saying that a lot of people are actually developing self-esteem issues because they're actually comparing themselves to other people constantly. And more often than not, it's the women. Now, this is not a shot at women. I'm not disrespecting women. I think unfairly, a lot of a woman's worth has always been in context of their presentation, how they look. So I think a lot of women, not even just women, but people in general, they're trying to be validated because this outside validation makes them feel better about themselves. So I would say, like, narcissism potentially is really an attempt to heal a wound, to cover a wound. Because your self-esteem is really that low to the point where you have to make everything about you, and you constantly need praise and validation. But there's a saying that if you live for their acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. So my thing is, everything needs to start with self. Truly loving yourself, accepting yourself in a healthy sense, and not being caught up in this existential crisis where you feel like you need confirmation and validation from everyone around you. But yeah, let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm just about to end it. But before I go there, I think social media pretty much accentuates this narcissistic culture that we have. I mean, everything is about self-promotion, self. And I think Western culture in general always puts the few over many. It's always the worship of I, the ego. Ego is king in Western culture. You go a lot of other cultures, specifically African culture, a lot of Eastern cultures as well. It's more we over me. Self is kept in check. Self yields to the greater whole. So yeah, let me know what you think. Just another session of Mac Minutes. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Mac TV, Music, Art, Culture, Knowledge, Mac TV _82. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 Kings. Shout out to the homie DJ Cass. Shout out to the homie Jack Brown. Shout out to the homie Terrell, Mr. Orange. Yeah, because the Infinite Search is coming. Watch out for it. The Infinite Search Part 1. 82 Kings, you know what it is. Y'all be blessed.